You've done all the things and you are super pumped about your upcoming event, but no one is signing up for it. Oh! Thankfully, there are some easy ways to not just get those registration numbers up, but also encourage people to actually show up on the day of the show, y'all. Let's talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited that you are here with me today, and we are going to be talking about, yes, how to get people to actually show up for this event that you are putting on. But if this is your first time here with me, hi, I am Ella Glasgow, and I am your show-stopping virtual event producer that helps corporate meeting and event planners to create impactful virtual and hybrid events without pulling their hair out trying to figure out all the tech and logistics of it all. And we do this using our signature Encore method for transformational virtual experiences that have their audiences wanting to pay cash money to attend again and again. And yeah, getting people to show up for the events that you've created, that we've created, can sometimes feel like the struggle is real. But I am here to let you know that the struggle doesn't have to be so much. And if you're watching me here live, let me know that you're watching me live with a hashtag live. If you're here watching in the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And if this topic is something that interests the people in your life, then please go ahead and spread this like your favorite jam amongst your peeps. Now, let's get into it. I know that when it comes to creating events of any type, whether it be virtual or in person, it can feel like pulling teeth to get people to register. And the fact of the matter is that there are some really key and easy things that you can do to get people to register for your event, and then after they register, to actually show up on the day of the show. And hey, I see you here, Laura Lee. How you doing? Welcome. Thanks for being here with me live today. So let's get into these 5 overlooked things that I'm seeing happen for a lot of events, whether they're in person or virtual. I'm seeing these mistakes being made and these really easy things being overlooked and causing people to just not register. So, are you ready? If you're ready, you know how I do. Let me know that you're ready with a hashtag ready. So let's get into it. The first thing is to see the need and fill the need. It is something that I have taught people for a while. And if you didn't know, sometimes I work with creatives. If you don't know, I am a creative. So, but it's a term that I came up with a couple of years ago, and that term of see the need, fill the need. The thing is that your audience has a need, and while it may seem obvious to you that what you've put your event on for, what you've created it for, who you've created it for, it may seem obvious to you when you put the things together that, yeah, I'm gonna just tell them that this is an event about business and helping their business grow. So, hello, of course, they're going to want to come. And then you find out that they need a little more information than that. And the thing is that you really have to speak to your audience's need. And this is true whether your event is an internal event for your company or an event that is out-facing to your clientele. You really have to speak to the need that they have. While I know that you have an agenda, there are things that need to get across, you want to get across, you have to speak to their need first. And when it comes to that, it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily change everything that you're doing or the things that you're even talking about, but you do have to package it in a way that lets your audience see that it is speaking directly to the need that they have in that moment. You catching me? You catching me? Let me know if you're catching what I'm saying right here, right now. Okay? I'm not telling you that you have to change absolutely everything that you're talking about or what it is that you're doing. But you do have to learn how to craft those words to really speak to what the audience feels like they need to hear in that moment in time. Whether the event that you're putting on is internal for your employees or it's an event that is external for your clientele. All right? Okay, let's keep going, shall we? Number 2 is content, content, content. Look, it is real easy to think that if you put out a ton of content that your audience is going to be like, yeah, it's going to be hours and hours and hours of content. I can't wait. I mean, I'm so excited. Give me where is the button to click register? Show me. Let me tell you though. Yes, content is king, they say, but sometimes content is too much. Because you have to think about what it is that your audience can actually take in. As much as it would seem that giving them all the things right now over these next few days is going to change their life, they're really only going to be able to execute maybe 1, possibly 2, perhaps 3 if they're superstars, things from what it is that you are talking about giving them. So I would encourage you to really take a look at your content. Do you need to smash everything in to that one event? And while there may be a lot of things that you really do have to go over, consider how you're delivering that content to your audience. Is it something they're really going to be able to consume and retain? I encourage you to really think about that, because if they are going to consume it but they can't retain it, which means that they can't use it, was it really worth it for you to give that content in the first place? Now, that may change if it's something that you know you're going to record, you're going to give them access to, they're going to be able to look at it again and again in their own time. But you also have to think about the fact of whether or not they actually will. Because we've all got things to do, places to be, and people to see. And not all of them are you. As much as we love you, we love you, we love you. Don't let you think that we don't love you. I love you personally. But really, really consider how much content you are putting into your event and making sure that it's content that really is valuable in the eyes of the people you're giving that content to. Number 3, let's get sociable, sociable. Let's get sociable. Let's get really sociable. When it comes to your event, again, whether it's internal or external, there are some fabulous things that you can use that get overlooked at times because it feels like there is saturation in the market for events. But in all honesty, look, where we are right now, we on the sociable platform, we are socializing. And you can use these platforms for free. That's not to say that you can't use paid ads and all of those things. You can. But if you do use paid ads, you still want to be sociable about it, and you still want to make sure that you're speaking to your audience's needs and targeting the people that you need to target. You can use the social networks even for your internal events. Even for your internal events. Because your people are online. So get sociable. Get sociable and use the tools that you have around you, whether you're using the free version of it or the paid version of it. But again, going back to the first thing we said, really seeing the need that they have and using those sociable platforms to see the need and fill that need. And number 4, kick overwhelm to the curb. Just go ahead and just karate chop it. Kick it to the curb. We are so inundated with so much information. And it's not just because of the thing that shall not be named. It is the day and age that we are in. Back in the day when we were kids, when you and I were kids, we didn't have the computers to be telling us all the things. I mean, there was computers, but there was no social media. And depending on how old you are, I didn't have a computer in my house for the duration of my youth. It happened when I was a little older, like in my teens, and then the computer came. Okay, so anyway, I digress. But yes, things have changed. When we were younger, we weren't inundated with computers in all of our houses, and we certainly weren't being put upon with ads from all of these social media platforms. And really the only way to get our information was maybe by a TV commercial that came at us like 50 billion times, or in the newspaper. That was it. Not even email could get to us at that time, right? So now we're flooded with all of this information, and it can feel really overwhelming. And one thing that I see happen a lot for online events is that people pack so many people on the stages. I'm going to say it. And I've got an example to show you of what to do, because I was so excited when I saw this particular event come up. I was like, yes, I'm not the only one who feels this way. You do not have to pack your event with 1,000 speakers. In fact, I encourage you not to pack your event with 1,000 speakers and 1,500 sponsors and vendors. Don't do it. Unless you're a trade show. If you're doing a trade show, then go ahead. Put all the things and overwhelm our senses, because that's what a trade show is for. But if you are doing an internal event, even if it's an external event, if you're doing an event for people to learn things, it's not a trade show, and maybe it's a conference of some type, a summit, it does not mean that you have to have 1,000 speakers on the stage. Because here's the thing. Let me know, first of all, let me know if you've seen recently, because I know you have. Let me know, yes or no. Have you seen an event recently be advertised to you that had over 50 speakers coming to the stage? Let me know. 100 speakers. I want to know, what's the biggest number of speakers that you've seen at an event, a virtual event or a summit? So here's the thing. When we put that many speakers on the stage, you are already making your audience anxious. Because now, as an audience member, I have to decide, will I be able to see them all? Well, if I'm not going to be able to see them all, even if it's free, why am I going to go? Because I can't even get all the information. I'm already overwhelmed thinking about how many speakers there are. Nextly, if it's something that's paid, I'm really not going to go, because I got to pay and I can't even see all the people that are there. I don't have time to see 100 speakers. You want me to, how am I going to get to 100 speakers? I mean, think about it. Really, really, really think about that. And I want to show you, there is an event that was just recently brought to my attention. The lady that's putting it on, her name is Andrea Hubbard, and I am kind of excited because when I saw her registration page, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. First of all, she came up in in my LinkedIn, and I can't remember who connected with who, but I think I probably connected with her because I thought she looked cool, because her tagline says she's cool people, and I like cool people. So so but then I saw something about her events because I was looking at her posts, and she had been looking for speakers, and the thing that the event was about, I was like, man, I missed it. I wish I would have known about it before. And I let her know. I was like, I wish I would have known about your event, and let me know when the registration page is up, because I would love to learn more about it. Now, low key, I really wanted to see the registration page. I'm always looking at people's registration pages and landing pages, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. I am always looking. But truth be told, I was so excited when I actually got to her registration page. This is it right here. Her event is the Spark for Creatives Audio Summit. Now, you know that audio is like the next big thing. So, but it could have been really easy for her to create this audio summit and have and jam pack it with over 100 speakers, because we've seen it happen. But one of the first things that she says is my absolute favorite. I love what she says right here. No long-winded videos, no being stuck in one place, no overwhelm. No overwhelm. Why? Because, hold on, wait for it. There are only this many speakers. That is it. That is it. Andrea took the time to think about the audience that she is wanting to speak to. She took the time to get into their heads and say, okay, first of all, sometimes we just don't have the time to sit in front of our computer for the duration, and maybe we need to make this available as audio first so that people can take this along with them wherever they want to go and listen to it. Nextly, I ain't got the time to find 100 speakers, let alone listen to 100 speakers. So you know what? I'm going to limit it to just these few speakers to really get into the nitty gritty, give them the things that they need, get in, get out, and go do what it is that we need to do for the day, so that I can, as an audience member, not just hear what they have to say, but have the time to implement it as well. Andrea, I love it. I love it. I'm going to show you guys again, just in case you didn't catch it. This is her page, and the link is hubandcompany.com/summit. It's going to be amazing. I have no doubt. And yes, I am registered. I registered for the simple fact of her really catching my attention on this landing page and speaking to me. So I am really excited for it. And the next thing, so she did something else, which is our last piece here, our number 5. She did something else that's really important. B, exclusive. B, exclusive, exclusive. B, exclusive. B, exclusive, exclusive. Okay, what do I mean by be exclusive? First of all, she didn't have 100 speakers. She could have, I'm sure that there were a lot of people that signed up when she made the call to have speakers. I'm sure that there were a lot of them that wanted to be a part of the event, and she took the time to curate the people that were really going to be the ones that would really speak to her audience in that moment for this particular summit that she is putting on. She was exclusive. You can be exclusive with the people that you allow to come onto your stage, and the vendors and the sponsors, especially if you have an event that you are having booths at your event. I'm not talking about a trade show, not a trade show. I'm talking about a regular event that you may. Thank you so much. I'm glad that that is sitting with you, Kristen. Yeah, it is. It's important to be exclusive. So not just with trade shows, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a regular conference, regular training, summit, meeting where you may invite vendors or sponsors to be a part of that event, and you have booths for them. Here's the thing. You have to think about the number of people that are actually, you're thinking that will actually show up for your event versus the number of booths you have open. You may have heard me tell this before, but it's been quite a long time since I've said it, so I'm going to bring this example to you. There was an event that was brought to our attention a few years ago, and this particular potential client wanted to have an event virtually that never in person saw more than 150 people. They never saw more than 150 people show up in person. And they didn't expect more than 150 people to show up virtually either. How many sponsors, vendors, booths do you think they had for that particular event? I wish I could tell you that they only had 20, but they had 50 or 60. 50 or 60. I want you to think about the math on that. Because here's the thing, because they weren't being exclusive and they were just inviting anybody and everybody to be a vendor and a sponsor, first of all, I have no doubt, even though I didn't see the vendors and sponsors because that particular client was not on the same page with us, and that's okay. We're not for everybody. You're not for everybody either. Remember that. And that is okay. So without even looking at who their vendors and sponsors were, I can bet your bottom dollar that there was more than 5 of those sponsors that just are vendors that didn't need to be there. I can bet your bottom dollar that at least 5 or more of those vendors or sponsors had absolutely nothing to do and brought no value to the audience that would be attending that particular conference. You have to think deeper into who you're inviting onto your stage and to be a part of the booths of whatever event you're putting on. If those people bring no value, now look, Jenny making jeans down the street with fantabulous diamonds and rhinestones may be amazing. And at this creative summit, she probably would be perfect for that event. But for your event, she may not fit the audience that is coming to your event. And you have to know your audience well enough to know that Jenny making jeans with rhinestones and diamonds doesn't fit your event. And therefore, because you're being exclusive, you are not inviting her to be there. Not because you don't love Jenny, not because you're not going to buy the jeans yourself, but you're not inviting her to be in a booth at your event. Because here's the thing, while Jenny may pay for a booth at your event, with that few number of people, remember thinking about the numbers of people that are showing up versus the number of booths that you have, she most likely is not going to see anybody come to her table because number one, she doesn't fit their audience, and number two, there are too few people to be spread around. Somebody is going to be upset that they didn't get to see anybody at the event after they paid for having a booth. All of those things have to be thought about. So, again, I encourage you to be exclusive. Be exclusive. Let me know if all of these things that I'm telling you today are really resonating with you. And let me know with a hashtag fire which one resonated with you the most. And before we do that, I'm going to go back. Let's just do a little short recap, shall we? So the first thing that I said to you was that in order for you to be able to have an event that people want to register for is to see the need and fill the need. See the need and fill the need. That means that you understand what your audience's needs are and you speak to that need with whatever it is that you're doing for your event. Doesn't mean that you have to change anything about what it is that you're doing, but it does mean that you have to talk about it differently. Number 2 is content. Content. You do not have to smash all of the content and everything that you've learned over the course of however many years you've been on this earth into one event. Because here's the thing, it took you a lifetime to learn and get it right. Your audience is not going to get it right in one event. So give them what they need, what they can consume, and what they can implement in that time. Number 3. Let's get sociable. Sociable. Yes, get sociable. Use the mediums that you have around you, whether you use them for free or paid. Use them to get to your audience and again, fill the need that they have and the desire that they want to have filled for your event, the things that you are talking about. Number 4, kick overwhelm to the curb. Stop trying to give everybody all the things. You are not Cheesecake Factory. Stop overwhelming us with a menu that is 35 pages long. Kick overwhelm to the curb. Only keep the things that are important. Okay? Be exclusive. Lastly, be exclusive. Everybody and anybody does not need to be on your stage or in your booths. Only the people that really are valuable and make sense for your audience need to be on your stage and in your booth. I hope that what we've been talking about today has been helpful for you. I hope that you will find a way to implement these things that we've been talking about today. And I cannot wait to see you next week. Remember, everything that you do can go far beyond. I'll see you next time. Bye.